E aí pessoal, hoje vamos continuar com a próxima parte do jogo Dreamfall Chapters. Lembrando que no final da última parte, a personagem Zoe retornou ao laboratório e nós exploramos um pouco a cidade e fomos falar com Baruch. Então, vamos lá.
Baruti might be the happiest man in Europolis. Nothing ever gets him down. He's like a human robot of happiness. I admire Baruti. He has so much passion and enthusiasm for his job. For life. We're a bit too different to be close friends, but he's a joy to work with. Baruti Mafane, my campaign manager and Leia Uminska's biggest fan. There's nothing he wouldn't do for her. She's lucky to have him. Baruti might be the happiest man in Europolis. Nothing ever gets him down.
What's on your mind, Sissy?
He's like a seven
ver aqui.
Sounds like Baruti's been around the world and back. I'm jealous. Before the coma, I don't know. I didn't care as much. I was happy staying put. And now that I want to travel more, I can't afford it. Figures. You're lucky to have traveled a lot.
I don't know if I'd say I've traveled a lot, but I have traveled. When I was part of the family business, I regularly did business across Africa, the kingdom and the conglomerate. It made me realize how lucky I was to grow up in Botswana and South Africa. The freedom and prosperity we enjoy in the African Union, the resources, fresh air, lack of pollution. I miss that. Most of all, Africa is a paradise. And you don't think about it until you see how it is elsewhere. How people are hungry, cold, with no easy access to implants or gene therapy.
I really miss Africa. Especially when it's like this, boiling hot and humid. Does it ever get better?
Better? Never. Well, maybe for a month in spring and autumn. But winter here is bitter and wet. And in summer, it's like this every day. Not a breath of fresh air. No, you must learn to appreciate Europolis for its strengths and not compare it with home, Sissy.
7 siblings. Impressive work. I can't even begin to relate. Makes me wish I'd had siblings growing up. Well, I did. I just never knew. I can understand how he'd miss them all, especially the twins. Sounds like they were close. What do your younger sisters do?
The twins. They are wonderful, Sissy. You'd like them. They also jumped ship. Left the family business, but I don't think father ever expected them to be a part of it. They live in Ireland now.
They're neo-Luddites.
Anarcho-primitives.
Cool. A friend from uni went feral for a few years. She told me all about it after she reintegrated. Apparently, there's no trains and the tribal council forbids air traffic.
There's one old ferry that runs daily from Liverpool, but that's all. And there's no wire connection to Ireland. We don't get to talk often, unfortunately.
What about your other siblings?
They're all in the family business. Corporate lawyers, financiers, like father. My oldest sister Lesedi is second in command. When father retires, she takes the reins. He keeps a tight leash on everyone. And when he can't, he cuts you off.
Your mother too?
We see each other now and then. But to father, she was just another in a long line of baby mothers. Bought and paid for. They are separated. She shares an estate with the other ex-wives. It's an odd arrangement. But mother knew what she was getting into. She's been well compensated. I think she's happy. In her way. Hey, what can I say? My family is crazy. Dysfunctional. It's what I wanted to escape from, Sissy. I didn't want to keep living that life. And I'm not one of them anymore.
Ok. E agora?
I don't know much about Baruti and his life before we started working together. We've been friendly, but he knows a lot more about me than I do about him. And I am curious. What did you do before you came to Europolis?
I was a lawyer. Can you believe it? Corporate law even. Eish.
Yeah, no, I can't see it.
I was good too. I managed the family's trust in Johannesburg. My older brothers run things from Francistown, Gaborone, and the City of London.
How many brothers do you have?
4. And 3 sisters. We are 8 altogether. Same father, different mothers.
You're the youngest?
Youngest boy. I have 2 younger sisters. Twins. They aren't involved in the family business. But my older sister Lesedi is. We don't speak. She did not approve of my change of heart.
What happened?
What can I say? I finally saw what I was doing with my life. Existing only for myself. Obsessed with money, power, status. Also, I didn't agree with some of the investments we were making. The lack of ethics. So, one day I left it all behind. My job, my family, my fiancée. I had to make a clean break. It was too easy to simply fall back into the good life. I had to learn to struggle.
You don't miss them?
Every day, Sissy. Every day. I speak to Gosego from time to time, my second oldest brother, and the twins, of course. But the rest? They were disappointed and angry. They didn't understand. Never will.
I don't think I ever asked Baruti how he ended up working for Leo Uminska and the Social Democrats. How did you end up working on the campaign?
Just a happy accident. I was working for a charity in Dresden, a support network for homeless teens. I'd only been in Europolis a couple of months. I was still learning the ropes. I honestly had no idea what I was doing. One day, Lea Uminska got in touch, asking how she could be of assistance to our charity. She'd just been elected leader of the party. We got to talking. She told me about her campaign. Of course, I was an arrogant ass. I told her everything I thought they were doing wrong. Humility wasn't in my blood back then. Afterwards, I figured, well, that's the last I'll ever hear from her. 2 weeks later, I get an offer from her campaign manager. They want me to join her team in Gdansk.
That must have been a good feeling.
I was scared, Sissy. I left Botswana because I was tired of doing things just for myself. I came to Europolis to help others, maybe do some good, for once. And now, suddenly, here I was, part of a movement to change the world. I wasn't prepared for it, but I couldn't say no. And I haven't for a single moment regretted that decision.
Most people I know have an ambivalent relationship with Europolis, but Baruti seems to be very happy here. I wonder if that's just show. I don't get your enthusiasm for Europolis, Baruti.
You've only been here a few months, Sissy. It takes time to understand Europolis. It has a complicated, fragmented soul. Every district is its own organism. I find Propas fascinating. More so than the other districts I've lived in. Dresden, Gdansk, even Berlin. Propast has an old soul. There's real history here. But it's also where history is being rewritten. Where the new Europe is actually happening. That's another reason why I came here for the campaign. Propast is like a barometer for Europolis as a whole. Whichever direction the wind blows in Propast, the rest often follows.
Will you stay here after the campaign is over?
I don't know what Lea and the party has planned for me, if we take office. I'm not sure my future is in politics. But I won't abandon my duty if I'm asked to serve. I'll stay in Europolis for certain, unless Wolf wins. Then, I don't know. Anything but going south. I want to keep a safe distance from father and their family business.
Baruti always speaks so warmly of Leo Minska. He must be her biggest and most loyal supporter. I don't think I can ever really understand that kind of dedication, especially when it comes to politics. It's impressive, almost humbling. How well do you know Minska?
I've known her for several years, professionally. It's not like we're friends. Although she did take me out to dinner once, to thank me for my help. She's guarded, not the warmest person in the world. I think that's where we need to improve. Help her to open up and be more human. Get voters to see the person behind the mask. I really do think she's the right person to run Europolis. And not just because the alternatives are so disturbing.
Every time I watch Konstantin Wolf speak, I get the shivers. The bad ones.
They don't call him Kaiser Konstantin for nothing. And Leia, Miss Uminska, she knows him better than most. She has to constantly stand up to him and his hooligans. She has to deal with incessant insults and slandering without sinking to his level. I don't envy her that position. She's not perfect. No one is. But she is the person in the world I respect the most, and I will follow her through thick and thin, to the very end. I owe her that.
Konstantin Wolf is Uminska's biggest opponent, and Baruti's nemesis. I don't know what he'd do if Wolf won the election. Probably leave and head back south. Are you worried Wolf could win?
Of course I'm worried. He is a snake. Slippery and venomous. Wolf is a populist, a nationalist, a fascist. He claims he represents the people, but he only represents himself. And, of course, the corporations that are secretly backing his campaign.
I thought Wolf was anti-corporate. That's what he says in the ads.
That man has a lot of plata. Millions being channeled into his campaign. Where do you think that's coming from? He has the support of some very powerful people. The same people he bad-mouths in his manifestos.
I don't understand.
It's a show, Sisi. The corporate syndicate knows that Dieter Gross and the Alliance have lost any shred of authority and trust. They made a mistake there, and it's hurt them. With Wolf, they have a new strategy. He pretends to distance himself from the corps in order to represent the working people. He will berate the corps, claim that he's going to clean things up, put power back into the hands of the proletariat, but the truth is, he is even more in the pocket of the syndicate than Dieter Gross and the Blues. It's a brilliant strategy, as long as they can control him.
And you don't think they can?
I think he's more dangerous than they have reckoned with. He's two-faced, manipulative. Once he's clawed his way into power, he's capable of anything. He's created a cult of personality around himself. A very calculated fictional narrative that appeals to a lot of voters unhappy with the state of Europolis. The only thing we can do is try to expose his lies. And
What?
I think I found something. I've been doing a lot of digging. Back in Botswana, I have connections high up in Bokamba Mesa. Family connections. There might be evidence of BM funneling funds into Konstantin's campaign, maybe even directly into his personal account. And if that's the case, we might finally have some real dirt on Kaiser Konstantin. At the very least, it would make people question his integrity and honesty. If we're lucky, maybe even enough evidence for a criminal investigation.
I hope you're being careful, Baruti.
I am. Once I have concrete evidence, I'm giving it to your man, Riza. He can do the story, expose Wolf and his lies.
I'm sure the Hand will be very interested. But Baruti, please just stay low, okay? Kaiser Konstantin is evil.
He is. And this is exactly why we have to fight him. We cannot back down, Sisi. To do so would be dishonest and cowardly.
I should get going. There's work to do and I can't be late. Reza gets really annoyed if he's cooking and I miss dinner time. See you later, Baruti.
Okay, Sisi. I'll see you later.
Ok. Vamos tentar aqui. Peraí. Vamos lá.
Our campaign office. It's a hole in the wall, but Baruti has made it a very presentable hole in the wall. Our campaign office.
É o mesmo diálogo.
It's a hole in the wall, but Baruti has made it a
vamos
very
ver, então,
presentable
aqui.
hole in the wall. I don't think there's a service today. I don't think there's a service today.
Eu fico apertando pra ver se tem mais alguma fala, né? Além da primeira, pra não perder nada. Vamos por aqui.
Hello, my friend. You're not in a rush, are you? Shalom, farewell, salam. See you.
Não tem como passar pra lá. Parece que tem uma parte da cidade que tá bloqueada por 2 checkpoints policiais. Eu não sei se a gente vai depois conseguir ir pra lá, mas agora tá bloqueada. Eu gostei bastante dessa cidade. Vamos explorar mais um pouco. Deixa eu ver esse carro aqui.
Every day, more armored vehicles. You'd think the Eye was preparing for war. There's no scenario with a happy ending where these things roll into action. I have a bad feeling about this. Every day, more armored vehicles and get fried or shot or beaten to death. I like my quiet, anonymous life of no crime and as few beatings as possible.
Acho que ela não vai interagir.
And get fried or shot or beaten to death. I like my quiet, anonymous life of no crime and as few beatings as possible.
Vamos continuar explorando.
And get fried or shot or there's no scenario with a happy ending where these things roll into action. I have a bad feeling about this.
Deve ser o mesmo diálogo para todos eles, né? Vamos ver isso aqui.
The Eye's provisional headquarters in Propast. The syndicate took over that building last week. That used to be university housing. Now it's the headquarters of the corporate police. Irony? No.
O prédio onde fica o quartel-general.
Looks like the Eye's here to stay. The Eye's provisional headquarters in Propast. The syndicate took over that building last week.
Vamos ver se tem alguma coisa por aqui. Não. Vamos ver aqui. Não.
My theory is that they were built as a practical joke, to keep everyone guessing. But more and more checkpoints each day. Soon we won't be able to go anywhere without proper papers.
Explorar pouco mais a cidade.
The metro's been closed a couple of days. We were lucky we managed to escape to Trieste when we did. One day later, bye-bye holiday.
Vamos ver se dá pra entrar agora.
A building filled with dream machines?
Não, ainda não.
Yeah, no.
Eu não sei se vai dar pra entrar nesses prédios. Então, vamos explorar um pouco, né? Tentar entrar nesses lugares aqui.
Much as I'd like to spend the rest of my day getting drunk and dancing on tables, no.
You know, sometimes it's really frustrating to be seen as nothing but a soulless brute in a metal suit.
O policial reclamando que as pessoas veem ele como um bruto dentro da armadura.
Crowbar's here to help you find your way in Propast.
E vamos ver se tem alguma coisa dentro do apartamento.
Sunshine Plaza by OCG.
Não, parece que não tem nada de novo.
Original consumer goods. Rebuilding the
Bom, então vamos lá
one
falar com a
sunny day
Queen.
at a time.
Crow boy, hey, you lost. Howdy, partner. Where are you off to today?
We buy takeaway down in the bricks at least once a week. Great food, and if you're lucky, you can pick up some cool stuff. If you're not so lucky, the worst junk. Can you direct me to the Chinese market?
You looking to do some shopping in the bricks? Well, shucks. Say ni hao to the Chinese market for me. It was a pleasure serving you this fine day, miss.
Então vamos lá no mercado chinês procurar essa Queen pra falar com ela. E é só descer aqui direito, tá? Só dar uma passada aqui no restaurante, ver se já dá pra entrar.
Tempting, but I don't have time for a tall glass of iced coca chai right now.
As it may cause blindness and
Iced coca chai. Tempting, but I don't have time for a tall glass of iced coca chai right now. Iced coca chai.
Move along. Nothing to see here.
There's so many dream junkies around.
The city should do something. It's unseemly.
What they should do is
No, that's clavada. At home.
Mais um pouco pra frente. Qual deles será que
My
tem que
apologies.
falar? Eu acho que é aqui, esse barco aqui. Tem uma foto de uma mulher ali no barco. Bem, deve ser aqui.
I'll see you soon.
É aqui. Como é que eu vou pra lá?
Not that I would know, but those items look very, very expensive.
Não tem como interagir pelo barco por aqui. Vamos tentar. É aqui que a gente tem que ir agora. Será que é ele?
I've got everything you could possibly want.
Não, acho que não.
It's a collection of very, I think, expensive gifts. Not that I would. It's a collection of very,
vamos
I
tentar
think,
aqui.
expensive. How old can she be? Should she even be working at her age? She keeps a tight leash on who visits Queenie's boat. How old can she be?
good day.
14?
Welcome to Queenie's Quintessentials.
For someone her
Are
age,
you
she
looking for
projects a
anything
lot
in
of
particular?
authority. I'm looking for Queenie.
Oh, the Madame's not seeing anyone at the moment. I can show you her latest creations if you'd like.
I'm not shopping. I need to speak with Queenie. Could you ask her if she has a moment?
That depends. Did you bring anything?
Bring anything? Like what?
Madame Queenie is a respected figure in this community. In order to see her, you need to show respect. A gift, something of value, something that proves you're here to discuss important matters.
What would that be?
I'm sure you'll find something that reflects your taste and the value you place on a potential meeting with the Madame.
Bom, vamos ter que procurar agora. Será que é isso aqui? Será que tem como pegar um aqui?
This must be the sort of expensive gifts that others must have brought together. This must be the sort of expensive gifts. No one would miss one little item, would they? Would they? Oh, they totally would.
Então não dá
No
pra
one
pegar
would
esse
miss
aqui.
one little item, would they?
Vou ter que arranjar esse presente em algum outro lugar.
Oh, they totally would.
Tentar esse dinheiro aqui.
I'm sure you can do better than that.
Não deu.
Gifts that others must have brought together. No one would miss one little item, would they? Would they? Oh, they totally. Looks like cheap liquor, but what do I know about liquor?
Tentando
Beer, on
interagir
the other
aqui.
hand.
Opa!
Baiju. China. Never tasted the stuff. A bottle.
Então é
of
uma
Baiju.
garrafa de baju que a
Baiju.
gente precisa.
Chinese. Never tasted the stuff. Above my sophistication grade. I consume that bottle of liquor.
Baiju, Chinese wine. The very best you can possibly get. This one is distilled from the rarest seeds of tear grass grown on the Himalayan slopes, with purified water from the deepest wells of Kunming and organic rice grains from Guilin.
Sounds expensive.
For you, only 20,000 yuan.
20,000? That's insane.
It's a bargain. Look, the price tag says 30,000. You're getting an incredible deal.
Well, I don't have 20,000 yuan. Can't you go any lower?
I'd be losing money if I did that. No deal.
Parece que a gente não consegue comprar. E agora? Será que tem outra pessoa vendendo?
Take a look at my merchandise. Come again, anytime.
Ali não tem nada. Vamos ver isso aqui.
See it? Hello, lady. What can I get for you? Great merchandise. Great
não tem
quality,
nada.
direct from Outer Mongolia.
Looks like cheap liquor, but what do I know about liquor? Beer, on the other hand.
Have you changed your mind? 20,000 is an incredible bargain.
I can't afford that.
You're missing out on a good deal. Have you changed your mind? 20,000 is an incredible bargain.
I can't afford that.
You're missing out on a good...
Achei.
350? Are you mocking me? That's less than what I paid. At that price, I'll be losing money. 360, and that's my final
I'm getting
offer.
tired just listening to him haggling.
That's it. That's the price you give to strangers. How many times have I shopped here? I thought we were friends. You're disrespecting me with that price. 350.
How do you expect me to be able to feed my children, make rent, pay Mr. London for protection? 360.
350.
360.
I'm not going anywhere above 350.
I'm not going anywhere below 360.
I can do this all day. 350, final offer.
So can I. 360. That's my final offer.
350.
360.
I'm getting tired.
I'm not
just
going
listening to
anywhere
him
above
haggling.
Please don't interrupt. These are delicate negotiations. 350. Can you please wait your turn? 350. So rude. So rude.
I'm getting
350.
tired just listening to him
360.
haggling.
I'm not going anywhere
quite
above
sure what she's
350.
selling.
You see that I'm
I can do this all day. 350,
An
final offer.
eclectic assortment of
350.
merchandise.
360.
I'm not going anywhere above 3.
Descobri.
350.
3.
Oh, for God's sake. You're 10 yuan apart. You know what? I'm paying the difference. Withdraw it from my stick. Can you guys please wrap this up now?
What? How dare you?
Sorry? It's 10 yuan. That's nothing, right?
Nothing? Nothing? You understand nothing. It's not about money, it's about respect. Scheiße! Puta! You've taken my face and you stepped all over it. I have no face. Look, down there on the ground. What's that? That's my face.
Okay.
No, I won't lose face because of this dupa. And paying the full sticker price. What is it? 1,200 yuan? Here, take all of it. All of it!
You should come by more often.
That wasn't... what? What just happened?
I just made 800 from your little show. Nice work. Never mind. What can I help you with? I'll give you a very special price on anything you want.
That bottle of, Baiju.
You have excellent taste. Finest Chinese wine, most prestigious gift. Made with short grain rice from Wuchang and the rarest seeds of tear grass grown in the greenest vales of Inner Mongolia, with purified water from the ancient oasis of the Gobi Desert.
Sounds very familiar.
What's that?
Nothing. How much?
Since you helped me, I give you a very, very special price. It's normally 20,000 yuan, but I'll sell it to you for 5,000.
Generous, but still a bit steep. Can you give me even more of a special price?
What? Are you insane? Short grain rice from Wuchang, Mongolian tear grass, Gobi well water?
Point taken, but no thank you.
E agora? Certo.
change your mind? You won't find a bottle of wine this fine for a price this low anywhere in the bricks.
No, too expensive.
Não deu certo. Tem isso aqui, vamos ver o que é.
Who am I visiting? What do I do now?
Não.
I don't know what to do now.
Nem eu.
You know, you don't have to stop here. I don't have anything to contribute.
Vamos tentar falar com esse cara aqui de novo.
How come that woman over there is selling the exact same wine for only 5,000 yuan?
What? That no good dishonest thief! We'd agreed on a special price. She's selling a cheap counterfeit made with the lowest of low-grade synthetic rice and imported space water. But I don't want you to suffer because of her dishonesty and trickery. I will sell you this bottle for 3,000 yuan.
Acho que a gente tem que fazer com que reduza o preço do outro.
Special price, only for you, only today.
Still too expensive though.
That is my final offer. I'm already losing money on that.
Vamos lá falar com ela de novo.
I found another bottle of wine, same as yours but cheaper, 3,000 yuan.
What? Impossible! No one sells this wine for less than 15,000 yuan. It must be a different label.
Same exact label.
A forgery then. This is the bricks. There are forgeries everywhere. Not here, of course. I'm legal. Everything you see on this table is the real deal.
Sure, but it looked the same to me, and since I can't tell the difference...
Wait! I give it to you for 2. Can't believe I'm saying this. 2,000 yuan. You drive a hard bargain, lady. I hope you're happy that my children won't be eating tonight.
That's terrible, but I can live with it.
You're a ruthless negotiator. I respect that.
Ok, então conseguimos o presente para Queenie. Então vamos lá entregar o presente e cumprir essa missão de falar com a Kimi para a campanha.
One little push and she's in the river. No one will know it was still... Wait. What am I thinking? You don't want to end up on Most Wanted. Well, no.
Hello again. Did you bring a suitable gift for Queenie? Did you find a gift yet?
No one would miss one little item with gifts that others must have brought to get an audience with Queenie.
Tá, como é que eu entrego?
Expensive looking. Should she even be working at her age? She keeps a tight leash on who visits
Did you find a
Queenie's
gift
boat.
yet?
Tá, inventário.
This is a bottle of, baiju. Rare seeds, clean water, hand-picked, distilled with rare rice, and the other things.
So I can see. I'm sorry, but Queenie gets a lot of bottles of cheap baiju.
This isn't cheap, honest. It's a really great bottle of wine. I mean, look at the price tag. 30,000 yuan.
You're in the bricks. Price tags are transient. One moment, please. Yes, madame? This will suffice as a gift. Thank you. You can go across and see the madame now. Just put your gift on the table and go on through. She's waiting for you.
Ok.
Thanks.
Step softly, young lady. The vibrations are throwing off my precision.
Oops. Sorry.
Tut tut. No talking either. We're closed today, but seeing as you got past my girl, I guess you have legitimate business.
Yeah. Hiya. Well, sort of.
Yes?
I'm with the Uminska campaign. Uminska, Leia. Unity?
I'm quite familiar with the Social Democrats, girl. You work with Baruti Marfane, then? He's a nice man, genuine. You can tell he believes in his work. Do you?
What?
Why are you in politics, young lady?
Zoe. Castillo. I'm, in politics because...
Tem que escolher agora.
It's embarrassing, but part of the reason is that I have time to spare and I wanted to do something valuable with that time. I want to make a difference and I have the time to spare. But the truth is that I don't know why I ended up working for the campaign. Part of it is because I want to make a difference. That may not be the whole truth, my main motivation, or even the most honest answer, but it is true.
Bom, vamos com essa aqui.
I want to make a difference.
Making a difference isn't always what it's cracked up to be. Take it from me, I've lived a very long time. I've spent the second half of my life making up for the mistakes of the first half. There's a sort of symmetry to that, I guess. We all come to understand that our choices and actions have consequences, some more than others, and mostly in ways we can never anticipate or control. Such is the nature of the universe.
I'm not sure.
Never mind. Castillo, was it? Castle. Spanish?
Argentinian.
Yes. Well, what can I do for you, Zoe Castillo?
You probably know why I'm here.
I can make an educated guess. But I wasn't really thinking about your campaign work. I was thinking in general. Is there anything you are looking for?
It's not remembering that haunts me the most. Not knowing exactly what happened to me. I can't even trust myself because sometimes I feel I'm a fraud, an imposter. Without our memories, can we really be ourselves? More than meaning, maybe I'm simply after belonging somewhere, with someone. I miss Dad. I miss me. And I don't miss who I used to be. Whiny, petulant. I'm happy to have changed, but something is still missing. The conspiracy, the coma, the fragmented memories. I want it all to make sense, and I want to stop feeling like I'm not in charge of my future.
Vamos escolher essa aqui.
I'm looking for meaning in my life.
There. That wasn't so hard, was it?
That was really inappropriate. I don't even know why I...
Not at all. Now I know who I'm speaking with. Shall we discuss politics?
Really? Yeah. All right. So, we, Lea Uminska, the Social Democrats, we're wondering if you would...
Support Uminska and the Social Democrats in the election, I know. I'm thinking about it. You see, Zoe, the most important thing for me is this community and the people who look to me for guidance and support. They trust me, and my judgment. I know that I have to take a political stand, and I know that stand will have implications and repercussions. The Blues have left me alone, never bothered me. Dieter Gross is a safe choice, the status quo. Wolf, I do not trust. I have no wish to see him or his European Dawn thugs in power. The consequences of that would be on the scary side of unknown. The Marxists are preoccupied with rhetoric, demonstrations and marches, grand speeches and even grander gestures. I don't think they'll get in my way, but they do get on my nerves. And we have your Social Democrats. They are the compromise. I usually abhor compromises. In this case, however, the extremes aren't very attractive. And so it comes down to this. Prove to me that your party cares about this community and the people in it, and you'll have my support.
How do I prove that?
The Eye's been increasingly successful at keeping undesirables off the streets. That doesn't mean they're not here still. There's a city beneath the city, populated by those who have fallen through the cracks. People with no home, no identity. Old, young, children. There's a girl, a young girl, Hannah Roth. I was in contact with her, but now she's fallen off my radar. I haven't seen her in days. I'm worried that... Help Hannah. Find her. Tell her Queenie is looking for her. If you can, bring her to me. If not, just make sure she's all right. Do this for me, and we will talk politics again.
I'll do my best. But where do I start?
Nella Vilcek. She sells food...
Up top. The food court outside Seshadri Tower. I'm sorry, but yeah, I know Nella. She's a friend of mine. It's incredibly weird.
No coincidence. No story. I guess you were the right person to ask, Castlewell. Hannah mentioned some odd jobs she'd done for Miss Vilcek. I don't know the details. I'm guessing deliveries.
I'll start with Nella. I'll let you know when I know more. Thank you, Miss...
Queenie will do. I left my old name behind somewhere. I had no use for it anymore.
She looks ready to get back to work, and I should do the same. She said there are so many lost people out there. So many homeless children. It's weird that she doesn't want to use her real name. She said that... Why Hannah?
You mean why this particular girl, and not 1,000 others? The others are names, faces. She's a person. She's important to me. That's all you need to know. And now you've taken up enough of my time. There is work to do for both of us.
Bom, então é isso. Se você gostou do vídeo, dê aquele like. Não esqueça de se inscrever no canal e marcar o sininho para receber notificações sobre futuros vídeos.
Hey, do you have a minute?
Então, um abraço e até mais.